Imagine these two different job interview situations. Okay, both people have the same qualifications on paper. Same person, pretty much. Person A is a man that has been preparing like crazy. He's nervous, feels a little scattered mentally. He hopes that the people like him at the company because he really needs to get this job. Person B is a man that hasn't prepared very much, but he's certain about his capabilities. He's calm, collected, articulate, and he hopes that he likes the people at the company, and he hopes that there's a fit for both sides. These are both forms of communication that will be felt in the job interview process. And I could ask you, who's the more attractive candidate? It's obvious. It's obvious. It's a certain energy. There's a certain energy with those two people there. Almost 5 years ago now, I graduated with a degree in communication. And through studying abroad, moving to Spain for 2 years, living there for 2 years, learning Spanish from zero, working on my online business for 1.5 years here, and learning more about sales and how to build a brand online. From all these experiences, I've built and I've learned the significance of communication, understanding people, and really that meta skill of being able to articulate yourself properly. There's a certain energy with the articulate person. There's an underground foundation to it that you can't see, but you know it's there. We also call it the it factor. Like, nobody knows what the it factor is. But we all can relate. There's a solidity. There's a foundational level that's unseen. It's an assurance. It's trustworthy. It's magnetic. So the word articulate, here's a couple definitions of it. Having or showing the ability to speak fluently and coherently. Okay. Another one is being able to express an idea or feeling fluently and coherently. And I would add personality in there too. Being able to express yourself in a coherent manner. When someone is articulate, there's a certain energy to it, and you feel person B in that example. You feel the person who is calm, collected, solid, reliable, in this state of flow. Not only are they organized with the way that they speak, but also in the way that they move. There's an unplanned nature, there's a playful nature, an intuitive nature to how they operate, letting things unfold. So, how would we actually practice articulation? Like, how would we get better at this? How do we uncover more of that it factor within us? Because everyone has it. Everyone has it. Well, I've been able to practice this now for a short time and firsthand see the effects, specifically over the past couple years. And that's come from posting on YouTube here for the past 8 months, 2 to 3 times per week, speaking to you, speaking to the camera. And also writing. I've been writing on Facebook for a few months now, but really writing a little bit every day for a while now. And there's this combing out effect with it. Like the same way you'd comb your hair to get out those knots. It's a similar thing with combing through your brain, your thoughts. When you think about certain ideas, this is what I've come to recognize. When you think about certain ideas, you think it sounds simple and it makes sense to you in your brain, but then you actually try to externalize it and you actually try to speak about it, put it into a sentence, write it out, and you find, oh, yeah, it's more difficult than I thought. And there's a certain depth there when you start unraveling some of that. So it's these meta skills. For practicing, it's these meta skills of reading, writing, speaking, listening. And in doing this, I've noticed a real development with my ability to think and organize thoughts, compartmentalize things in my mind, and just convey myself in an organized manner, you know? It's something that will only benefit you in whatever it is that you're doing. It's something that will only benefit you no matter what kind of job you have, no matter who you're working with. If you are able to articulate yourself in a more calm, organized, reliable manner, consistent manner, that's only going to benefit you with whatever you're doing. You're going to become a person of reliability. There's more persuasion involved in that. There's more leadership involved in that. There's more power. More articulation. And you'll find some real depth there. This is another thing about it too. If you take the time to practice these things and set up these systems for yourself of writing every day, whether that's like this too, speaking to a camera consistently, you'll find a real depth there. And you'll find yourself having conversations with people in person, and you'll feel light years ahead of the people who don't practice those things. And what I refer to as that depth, it's that sense like the surface level stuff feels more like a waste of time, and you're more interested in those deeper conversations when you start combing out these thoughts and organizing things. So when you really get to sit down with someone and have a real conversation, you're able to reach such a depth that you weren't able to reach before, because you're able to pinpoint how you're feeling at an acute level. And there's a level of satisfaction with that. And depth is the best way to explain that. When you don't practice these things, the conversations, you'll be in conversation with people, and I've had this with myself too in the past, where there's a bit of stress or kind of angst with not being able to fully express myself. That's it. And you feel yourself holding yourself back in a way, because you're unable to unravel your thoughts nicely into speech. So in that way, man, when you find yourself in an in-person conversation and you're just laying it out nicely, there's a real soothing effect to that. Like you're really releasing something. Like you're really unraveling something. Like there's a ball that you're just letting go. And of course, I mean, you can put two and two together there with therapy. You know, that's why therapy is so powerful. Just having a time and place just to unravel some thoughts. But it's something, in practicing these things and practicing these meta skills on a daily basis, you're just going to find yourself thinking in a clearer manner, slowing down, and it will only benefit you no matter what it is that you're doing. Being a more articulate person is going to translate to everything. And that's the beauty of it.